Go. Hi everyone. So what I'm going to do is on this whiteboard, I'm going to explain to you how are we going to convert mass to mole and mole to mass. What we are going to do is, I'm going to write this down. You may write on your notes, mole to mass conversion. Okay. So while I'm writing, please write this down in your notebook too. So what I'm going to introduce to you right now is a concept called a conversion factor first. Okay, a conversion factor is a factor we can use to convert units. This is to be able to convert units. One thing I want to use before we do molar mass, I'm going to use let's say 7 days. 7 days is basically 1 week, right? And these two are equal. We can use this as a conversion factor to convert. For example, if we know how many days, we can convert that to how many weeks by using this, right? By using that conversion factor. And we can also convert weeks back to how many days by using this conversion factor. I'm going to explain the detail. I'm going to erase this. Sorry, I only have a small board. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple examples. One question is, how many days are in, let's say, 5 weeks? Sorry. Okay, so what we can do is first write down what you already know. You know 5 weeks, and you want to change this to days. What you do is write a conversion factor. How do you write this? Is instead of write it this way, we write it up and down. Okay, one is a nominator, one is a denominator. Because you want to cancel out week, you want to put this over here. 1 week is basically 7 days. And in this case, what you can do is this is multiplying that and this is dividing, so you can cancel the week out. Your goal is basically by using the conversion factor is really to cancel out units. What you have left are the numbers 5 times 7. It's dividing by 1, it's just 1. Okay, 5, you can put it in there, you don't have to. Sorry, this is 5. Okay, that gave you a 35 days, right? So in this case, you use this, we call this part conversion factor. You can convert weeks to days. You can also do the opposite way, okay? So that's called a conversion factor. Right now, I'm going to introduce you how are we going to use the same method in converting mass to mole. Mass means how many grams. So basically, we're going to convert mole to grams, grams to mole, okay? It's a unit conversion. Okay, it's very important because the reason we need to do this is there's no way we can measure 2 moles of stuff. We need to figure out how many grams is that, okay? So first of all, I'm going to write down a question for you. So how many grams is, how many grams are 5 moles of carbon? Okay, so here's the question. What you need to figure out, you already know 5 moles. And you want to figure out how many grams is that. That's the question mark. So here you need a conversion factor in here, which can connect your units for moles and grams. What is that? That's the molar mass we have learned. Okay, molar mass, the unit for molar mass is gram per mole. Right, that's basically a conversion factor. You can use it to change moles to grams or grams to moles. You can even do it in the opposite way. Okay, so please sorry, I'm going to get rid of this part right now. I'm going to ask you to write this down in your notebook. Please draw the same thing as what I'm doing. Write this moles. I write another square, grams. Put arrows. It means you can do it this way or do it this way. In between, please write down molar mass. So basically, your molar mass is the conversion factor, can change moles to gram or grams to mole. Okay, write this down, pause it here, and I'm going to erase it. I'm going to continue. Okay, pause the video, write this down, and then I'm going to continue to do this question. Okay, so now we are going to do this question. So what we know is 5 moles of carbon. What we need to know is how many grams. What we are going to do is times the conversion factor, which is the molar mass of carbon. How do you find the molar mass of carbon? You go to the periodic table, find carbon, find the number in there. Okay, so I already know the molar mass of carbon is 12.0 grams per mole. Okay, so how am I going to use this number? My goal is to cancel out moles, so I'm going to put moles in here, okay? And I'm going to put grams up here. Okay, grams of what? Grams of carbon. And moles of what? Moles of carbon. So 1 mole of carbon is how many grams? Is 12.09 grams. Okay, with that said, this is 5 moles of carbon, of course. Okay, these two are exact the same because this is times, that's dividing, we cancel it out. We cancel the same unit out. What we have left is 5. You can put this up here because that's timing this one, okay? 12.0, there's no 9, that's just 12.0 grams, okay? Divided by 1, it's just 1, okay? And you canceled out this, the only unit you have left is grams of carbon, or you can just see grams. Okay, so that gives you a number, 5 times 12, that's 60. Keep the 0.0, please, because we want to be very accurate. You can use a G to represent grams. That's your answer. To convert, this is how you're going to convert grams to mole. Okay, sorry, I'm making the video. You may write down the detail in your notebook by pausing the video. Right now, I'm going to do the opposite question, just show you quickly how are you going to convert mole to grams. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. You may pause the video and to write the detail down for what I just showed you. And then we're going to practice during the live class. So now I'm going to change this question. How many moles are, let's say, 60 grams of carbon? So this time, what I know is 60.0 grams of carbon. I'm going to use say to present carbon. My goal is to figure out how many moles. Again, what I'm going to do is I need a bridge, which is the molar mass. I'm going to convert it. Okay, that's my conversion factor. I'm going to put it. This time I need to cancel out grams, so I'm going to put grams over here. Grams of carbon. And my goal is to figure out moles, so I'm going to put moles over here. Moles of carbon. Okay, what are the numbers in here? Again, it's the molar mass of carbon. We know 1 mole of carbon is how many grams? Based on the periodic table is 12.0 grams. That's the molar mass. Okay, this time you put the number down here because that's 12.0 grams of carbon is equal to 1 mole of carbon. Okay, this time, as you can see, we have grams of carbon over here, grams of carbon over here. You cancel this unit out. Well, you have 60.0 grams times 1 mole. You can keep this unit because it's still there, okay? And divide by 12.0. Okay, and this grams already canceled out. There's no grams anymore, okay? So that's the thing you have left, 60.0 divided by 12.0. You can put the numbers in the calculator, and it's basically 5. Okay, you can keep a 0.0 in here to be very accurate. 5.0. What's the unit? It's moles of carbon, or mole of carbon. Okay, that's your answer. Okay, hopefully you understand it. I hope some of you have at least learned it probably in math. This is basically a conversion factor, which is the molar mass, and we can convert moles to grams, grams to moles, so we can really do the reaction, because we can only measure grams, we can never measure moles. Thank you for watching. We're going to go through more during the live class. Thank you.